Can we give a round of applause for Morongo and how amazing of a job that they did this year? And then the Morongo Casino Resort and Spa General Manager, Craig Plava.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. As being involved in business, it's always our biggest challenge to build great teams, and that really extends out into the community and our local partnerships as well. So on behalf of all the team members here at Morongo Casino Resort Spa, welcome. We so value our relationship as a member of the community, and thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys. I mean, I first got on council about almost 11 years ago now, and when I first got on, a couple of first economic development meetings I went to, they were talking about the Inland Empire and how this area was the hub of that whole area. And now as the growth starts, you see it. We had some expanding growth out here with the casino expansion. We had a new travel center built. We have In-N-Out, we have Starbucks. I mean, some things that we never thought we'd have in Indian country, we have now. And thankfully, it only helps our whole area grow together. And that's what would like to see, a growth in our whole area to be to the positive. Thank you guys for coming out, and we appreciate it.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, and the rapids we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
At this time, we get to bring the man of the hour. Let's give it up for our city manager, Doug Schultz.
Thank you, Ruben. Well, welcome, everyone. Let me get my notes straightened out here. So, one of the things I get the honor to do this morning is to introduce our keynote speaker. Treasurer Fiona Ma is California's 35th state treasurer. She was elected November 6, 2018, with more votes, nearly 8 million votes, than any other candidate for treasurer in the state's history. She is the first woman of color and the first woman certified public accountant elected to the position. The state treasurer's office was created in the California Constitution in 1849. It provides financing for schools, roads, housing, recycling and waste management, hospitals, public facilities, and other crucial infrastructure projects that better the lives of California residents. California is the 5th largest economy in the world, and Treasurer Ma is the state's primary banker. Presently, her office processes more than $3 trillion in banking transactions. She provides transparency and oversight for the government's investment portfolio and accounts, as well as for the state's surplus funds. Treasurer Ma oversees an investment portfolio that currently averages over $200 billion, a significant portion of which is beneficially owned by more than 2,200 local governments in California. She serves as agent of sale for all state bonds and is trustee of billions of dollars of state indebtedness. Treasurer Ma.
Thank you, Doug. So gave my introduction of what I do on a daily basis, so I am going to start in with some exciting new programs that are coming or that are currently being rolled out, because I'm sure many of you are going to hear about it from your family, your friends, your constituents. So I oversee 3 savings programs, ScholarShare 529, Cal Savers, and Cal Able. So we are rolling out a new program called Cal Kids. For every newborn born after July 1st of this year, they are going to get anywhere from $25 to $100 in a child savings account in their own name. And that amount is going to grow for 18 years, and when they want to access it to go to higher education or a certified apprenticeship program, they can then take it out and use it for their college or apprenticeship programs. In addition, for every 1st through 12th grader on free and reduced lunch, they will get $500 in a child savings account. If they are homeless, they'll get another $500. And if they're a foster youth, they'll get another $500. So some of you, I know some are school board members here, superintendent. We're working with the school districts, but if you have any folks who qualify, you can actually sign them up and start their child savings account under calkids.org. Also, we should be expecting a middle-class tax refund any day now. About 90% of taxpayers who filed their 2020 tax returns will get anywhere from $200 to $1,050 back. If you filed your taxes electronically, your refund will go directly into your bank account. However, if you did not file electronically, you will be getting a prepaid card in the mail. Do not throw it out, because it's going to take a long time for you to get another one. But it is going to look like a credit card solicitation. I know, because my dad threw away his card last time. So I'm being very proactive to please, I know you're going to call me if you lose your card, but it'll say, State of California, that this is your middle-class tax refund, and when you open it up, there will be instructions on how you can access your amount, anywhere from $200 to $1,050. If you go to the Franchise Tax Board website, there is a calculator that you can input your information to see how much you're going to get, in case you all want to know sooner than later. Another program is going to roll out next year is the Dream for All program. The state of California is going to help with down payment assistance for low-income, first-time homebuyers. We're not going to charge anything up front, and we will recoup our share, it's called a shared appreciation model, on the back end when you sell your house or you refinance your house. And we will let you know as we are rolling out our guidelines and our rules and regs, but we only have $500 million to start the program, so it'll probably be a first come, first served program, so stay tuned for that. And then recently, the federal government gave us $1 billion to provide loan loss guarantees and loan loss reserves to participating lenders to encourage them to loan out more money to business owners, small business owners, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, seniors, veterans, because we are providing this loan loss guarantee. And so these participating lenders are kind of incentivized, or at least they know they're not going to be on the hook if the loan is not paid back. So that is the SSBCI 2 program. I am getting half of it under my CalCap for small business, and then the iBank will get another, the other $500 million. So there's going to be more money in case some of you are not able to access traditional lending institutions. So now I'm going to turn things back to why I am here today. 4 years ago, one of the first things I did when I got elected was to convene a housing, economic development, opportunity zone ad hoc committee made up of 12 people from across the state. One of your Riverside constituents is my vice chair, Dr. Angelo Farouk. He is on the Riverside School Board and also chair of the Governor's Workforce Development on Economic Development, and also my candidate for State Senate in 2024. One of the first major projects we jumped on was the Bright Line high-speed, all-electric train that will go from Apple Valley, Victorville to Las Vegas. They have since bought another big piece of land in Rancho Cucamonga so that people can eventually get on a train at Union Station, take the train out to Rancho Cucamonga, and then take the high-speed train all the way to Las Vegas. But due to COVID and the existing market conditions, that project has been pushed back to 2023 or even 2024. But it is going to come to the high desert. Then one of your property owners asked me why the entire city of Banning was not 100% in the opportunity zone given Banning's economic condition. And that didn't make sense to me either. And so I started digging in, and I actually came down to Banning to check things out, talk to folks, and some of your folks asked me to help with economic development ideas. So when I met with Ruben Islas, his dream was to build movie studios or sound stages close to a private airport with a hotel nearby, and the light went off in my head. So I pitched Banning. And lo and behold, his favorite uncle lived in Banning for a long time. And he had very fond memories of being here and spending time here in Banning. So he actually loved the idea. So on October 7th, 2020, we started in earnest to get this project started, almost exactly 2 years ago. We met with Mayor Colleen Wallace, City Manager Doug Schultz, Chamber President Robert Ybarra to discuss Ruben's proposal. And on October 28th, the City Council voted unanimously to enter into an exclusive negotiating agreement with Grandavi Studios. We got great press, and the project sparked new interest in the city of Banning. So how many of you have played the game Monopoly? Monopoly, right? Everyone, okay. So if you recall, there are 28 properties grouped in 8 different colors. On the board, there are 4 railroads, 2 utilities, a jail, and free parking space. If you overlay the county of Riverside over the game of Monopoly, it syncs up perfectly. You have 4 railroad stations, including the Riverside Downtown Station and the Moreno Valley Marchfield Station, 1 prison, Robert Presley Detention Center. You have 2 utility companies. Your electricity comes from Southern California Edison, and your water from the City of Riverside Public Utilities, and you have lots of free parking. Roadsnacks.net recently ranked the 54 biggest suburbs around Riverside County in 2022, based on income, home values, and unemployment. Eastville ranked number 1 in Riverside County, and unfortunately, Banning ranked last. So back to the game of Monopoly. Eastville would be the dark blue property groups, and Banning would be the brown color property group, okay? So you know where they are on the map. So as you know, the game is about buying property, building houses and hotels, and to win the game, in Banning's case, you will need to bring in more commercial opportunities and create more good-paying jobs. Well, Banning is adjacent to this beautiful casino and resort, Morongo, and you have the Cabazon Premium Outlets close by, both Southern California destinations. I drove around Banning yesterday with Robert Ybarra, with Doug Schultz on the phone, and I will be helping with the Hargrove Avenue Railroad Grade Separation Project, the Sun Lakes Boulevard Extension Road, and the Cottonwood Interchange with Caltrans, which will support Grandavi's and First Industrial, plan to build 12 new state-of-the-art sound stages adjacent to the airport. This studio project will be the Hollywood of the East and will bring hundreds of high-paying jobs to Banning, including the paparazzi. Right? I know Colleen's like, put me in a movie. I know. The new 1 million square foot Skechers warehouse will also bring lots of high-quality tech jobs, up to 500 jobs. I visited the Skechers facility at the World Logistics Center in Moreno Valley. It is a highly automated, mind-blowing logistics warehouse, and hopefully they will also maybe open a retail store that will bring sales taxes to the city. And with all of the electric trucks coming soon, the air will be cleaner. However, the drivers will need a rest stop. So perhaps bringing in a Love's or a Flying J may bring more jobs, sales taxes, and property taxes to Banning. And you will also need to build more single-family homes and affordable housing to accommodate the growth. My good friend Jeff Burham, who I've known for 20 years, has been harping on me for 4 years about the need for infrastructure money. Since the Great Recession, cities and counties stopped funding infrastructure to build the necessary housing. But government needs to step back in and figure out ways to fund the roads, underground utilities, fiber optics, wastewater treatment plants, and water resources so that we can keep housing affordable for your residents. So, back to Monopoly. Once all of these projects are up and running, anyone who lands on your properties will have to pay property taxes, sales taxes, income taxes, and luxury taxes. And then Banning, the city of endless opportunities, will then be the winner, with Mr. Monopoly laughing his way to the bank. Thank you for inviting me here to speak today, and I hope you have a great luncheon. I look forward to working with you over the many years to come. Thank you.
So as I said, this year we started the awards program to honor contributions of local businesses for their collaborative efforts to improve the Banning community and set a standard for other businesses to follow. So we're truly excited for this opportunity to recognize and welcome the following businesses to Banning. Jitters Coffee, Mr. Jeffrey Platt. SoCal West Coast Electric, Corey Lee. Lawrence Equipment, unfortunately, they could not be here today. Michael Lawrence is representing Lawrence Equipment. From Logistics Property Company and the Banning 1 project, Mr. Dennis Rice. We're really happy to announce the tenant in the Banning 1 project, Skechers USA, Mr. Mickey Griffin. And also from Cardenas Markets, Mr. Mario Campos. Okay, the City of Banning has many partners that help to provide services, improve the quality of life, and build a great community. One of the most important partnerships is the education and development of young people. We are pleased to recognize Banning Unified School District as our 2022 Community Partner Award recipient. So earlier this year, we launched the 100% Ready campaign, which expresses our values as an organization. Our staff entrances to city facilities have these 100% Ready signs hanging from the ceilings to serve as a reminder each time we enter a city facility. 100% Ready is an acronym for respectful, enthusiastic, accountable, dedicated, and yes-minded service. The values will serve as a foundation for our performance evaluation systems. This year, we've asked the department directors to identify 2 employees who consistently demonstrate a commitment to 100% Ready. So our next award is an award given to each of these employees for the departments. I know most of the employees are sitting in the back. They just sat down to eat. I feel really bad asking you to come up and your meal will get cold, but we'll recognize the employees now. Luke Alderman. Saul Avila from the Banning Police Department. I don't believe Saul is here today, correct? Yeah, unfortunately she is out. From our Electric Utility Department, Mr. Eric Brown, our IT manager. From our Community Development Department, Sandra Calderon. Also from the Electric Utility Department, Erica Casadas. From Public Works Department, Mr. Perry Gerdes. From our Electric Utility Department, Mr. Cameron Hawley. Also from the Electric Utility, Mr. Victor Jasso. From Banning Public Works, Ruben Macias. From our Finance Department, Maribel Munoz. And from the City Manager Department, Caroline Patton. Public Works, a Fleet Manager, Sergio Rubio. From our Parks and Recreation Department, Anna Sandoval. From our Community Development Department and our Code Enforcement Officer, Diana Serrano. From our Finance Department, Cheryl Stafford. From our Public Works Department, Holly Stewart. And from Banning Police Department, Detective Brian Walker. Okay, so we have one more award. This is also part of our 100% Ready Award. This is for the purpose of recognizing one director who has demonstrated outstanding service to the city and exemplifies the 100% Ready campaign. Mr. Art Vela. Art is a Public Works Director. He's been with the City of Banning for 17 years, the past 7 as Public Works Director. The Public Works Director position for the City of Banning has a vast portfolio of services and divisions that fall under Art's responsibilities, including streets, water, wastewater, city facilities, the municipal airport, Banning Connect Transit, fleet, and engineering. Art has a tremendous workload, but maintains a can-do attitude and is dedicated to the City of Banning and the Banning community. Congratulations. Thank you all. I appreciate your service to the city and your dedication and the fact that you have bought into the 100% Ready campaign. Thank you. Before we do a picture there, I missed one. And the reason I missed it, there's a good excuse here. This gentleman helped me put the presentation together, so I had to hide it from him. Over here on the camera, Mr. John Garside.
Good afternoon, everybody. So you know I got to do this first. Woo, woo! It is hard to believe that in about 28 days, I will complete my 4th year as member of the Banning City Council. When I was elected to the City Council in November 2018, my goals were to make things better in Banning and bring a grocery store to the east side. Well, we are still working to bring that grocery store to the east side, but I believe we are close to seeing that happen. Banning is on the radar of many businesses that see the endless opportunities we offer. We are approaching nearly 10,000 new homes entitled, which will increase the population of Banning to near 65,000 people in the next 10 to 15 years. The only thing holding back faster construction of new homes is the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. But we hope they will get on board Governor Newsom's housing policies instead of standing in the way. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the contribution of Cal Penegry and Mary Hamlin, who each resigned recently, but during their time on the City Council worked with their colleagues on the council and with city staff to improve the local government and the community. I also want to acknowledge Mayor Pro Tem Alberto Sanchez and Council Member David Happy for the contributions that they have and continue to make to the city and the community. Our newest member of the City Council, Rick Menares, joined the City Council in September, and his presence is already being felt in a positive way. I am proud of our City Council and the way we work together in collaborative ways, even when we disagree. Our city's executive leadership team is dedicated and experienced. Without exception, every member of the city executive leadership team demonstrates a commitment to Banning. They respect for the council, manager, form of government, and genuine desires to deliver a positive future for the city of Banning. Of course, that cannot be done without the people who do the hard work in and day out on the front lines. The frontline employees of the city get the job done. Yes, they do. Woo, woo! These are the employees who came to work every day to make sure we had clean drinking water when we turned the faucet on, electricity in our homes, that our city remained safe, and our public infractions and facilities were well maintained. These employees put themselves and their families at risk because they are the public service with important jobs that most of us don't think as we go about our daily lives. The city is fortunate to have so many wonderful collaborative partners. To name a few: Banning Unified School District, Banning Chamber of Commerce, Playhouse Bowl Association, Stagecoach Days Association, Banning Pass Little League, Banning United Soccer, Banning Gloves, Boys and Girls Club, the San Antonio Pass, Carol's Kitchen, Faith in Action, and so many more. I just want to thank everybody that, since I've been on here, I've never been in government before, and this is my first time, but I know what I want to do for my city and to complete it and to make it better than what it is. I was born and raised in Banning. I'm a 4th generation of Banning, and I've always, since a little kid, had a vision of how I would like Banning to be. And that's why I got into City Council, to try to make a difference in our lives and in our city. I also want to thank my husband for coming out today. Usually you guys don't see him because he's at work, but he's my backbone. He keeps me encouraged, you guys. He might fuss a little because I'm always gone, but he has my back, and he always keeps me encouraged and say, Colleen, you're doing a good job. I don't think I just trying to help the community, but he always gives me that encouragement. You're doing a good job. Don't let nobody steal your joy. So I thank you, honey, and I love you very much.
So it's a true honor and privilege for me to serve as the person the City Council has chosen as the CEO of the municipal corporation we call the City of Banning. The presentation that we'll go through here shortly is just a glimpse of what has happened during the past year and what the future looks like for the City of Banning. So our Community Development Department, directed by Adam Rush, I like to say it's gone from 0 to 800 in 2.3 seconds. Prior to 2019, the department had issued only a handful of permits for new residential dwellings in a period of 15 years. That all changed in late 2019 when Tri-Point Homes Atwell project applied for hundreds of permits. The department stepped up, reviewed those permits, issued those permits, and if you've been anywhere near the Atwell project, you've seen, I think they're approaching 800 homes built, and most sold. For a while there, they couldn't build them fast enough. So I think, although we're facing a little bit of difficulty with the economy right now, it's been a chance to take a breath, really. But hopefully they will catch that breath and move on quickly. The Community Development Department will have a SmartGov online permitting platform implemented by the end of 2022, offering online submittals, online corrections, and online payment of permit fees. This will also give permit applicants the opportunity to see the status of their permits. The department is also involved in updating the general plan, land use codes, to promote private investment in Banning while maintaining the small town feel that's so important to the community. Recently, we moved the Code Enforcement Division to Community Development in order to improve communication. These two, the Community Development staff and the Code Enforcement staff, work together on a daily basis. So one of the things that is a priority of the City Council, which means it's my priority, is to make sure we clean up the appearance of the city, in particular the Ramsey corridor. So let's next hear from Adam Rush, our Community Development Director.
My name is Adam Rush, and I serve as the city's Community Development Director. Community development covers new land developments, residential and commercial building permits, fire planning and protection, and code enforcement. We also have been fortunate to serve new businesses in the city, like PetSmart and Boot Barn, and new tract homes like the Atwell project on Highland Springs and Wilson. This year, the city has already issued nearly 200 residential building permits and welcomed 16 new businesses to our city. The city is set to prosper now that development interest has come to the city of Banning, and we are ready for the challenge.
Okay, so our electric department, led by Tom Miller, the director, has been extremely busy. They've been focused on software, on substations, infrastructure, information technology. Just some of the things they're doing to advance technology is also happening across the organization, but it's really driven by the electric utility and our information technology staff. Revis Code, this is a mapping system inventory. It's 85% complete, and they're beginning implementation. The SATEC ITRON implementation was completed in July. This is basically what you call smart metering. Meter data management. Data warehouse is complete. The billing file is 95% complete. The system technical monitoring and operations are underway. MillSoft. This is a customer service information system. This is the piece that is going to improve efficiency and information, not only for our department, but for community members, for our utility customers. The other thing, the substations that you may have seen being built, the Ivy substation on Hargrave, That project is complete as of August. Stagecoach is about 75% complete. The San Gorgonio substation is about 45% complete. Crossroads substation, we've got property acquisition, and we're working on a 220 kV system adjacent to our Sunset substation. This will not only improve our reliability, it'll also create efficiencies for our operations. And with the 220 kV system, it will give us the opportunity to implement battery storage and huge cost savings in our energy costs. One of the things I want to also share, this really makes me proud of our electric utility, is that not only are we one of the cheapest electric utilities or lowest cost in Southern California and all of California, but we're one of the greenest. In 2021, if I remember right, we are pretty much leading the state, above 50% renewable energy. We're hoping to reach 75%, 100%, way beyond the California requirements. So let's hear a little more from Electric Utility Director Tom Miller.
My name is Tom Miller. I'm the Electric Utility Director here for the City of Banning. I also oversee the Innovation, Information, and Technology Group. The electric utility provides retail services to the customers and citizens of Banning. Recently, the Information and Technology Group have been updating all the hardware throughout the city in order to better serve us with computing power. The electric utility has been known for providing reliable services. This is the third year in a row that we provide reliability and with the best record in Southern California. Our rates are affordable. We're 35% less than Edison. This year, we will surpass 80% of renewable energy in our portfolio. We have added the COSO geothermal facility to our portfolio of energy supply. This is our 100th year of service. We just completed this, and we're happy to have provided service to the community for this long. And we are looking forward to providing another 100 years of service to you.
So our finance department. Finance is focused on best practices. This award here is the award our purchasing division has received, not just this year. This is the 5th consecutive year our purchasing division within the finance department has received the Excellence in Procurement Award. What this means is that our department is focused on best practices. We have implemented best practices and we follow best practices. So thank you to the staff in our purchasing division for the work they do. So we're currently, let me back up here. When I started with the city 4 years ago, I kid you not, we were using green screen software for our accounting. Some of you might be too young to even know what green screen was. Essentially, it's DOS-based accounting software. We're in the process of selecting a vendor and implementing a new enterprise resource platform. We're able to do this with some of our American Recovery Plan Act funding that was received as part of the city's COVID funding. This is going to move the department forward literally decades and will create just unbelievable efficiencies for the department. I know the staff has been looking at different ways that this will be implemented. It's a little scary because they're going to have to run parallel systems for a year, but once it's implemented, it's going to make huge differences for our staff. We've also implemented OpenGov, Financial Transparency Module. You can go to the city's website right now, and through OpenGov, you can drill down into the city's finances to see invoice level information. So if you're interested in where your tax dollars are going, visit the OpenGov platform on our website and take a look. You can create your own reports. You can see real-time information. We're also implementing priority-based budgeting to make sure that our budget document is truly aligned with the adopted goals and priorities of the City Council. Our new Finance Director, Lincoln Bogard, would like to share a few words.
I'm Lincoln Bogard, Finance Director here at the City of Banning. There's a lot of exciting things coming along in finance at this time. We've successfully implemented OpenGov, which is our transparency reporting portal, and it is accessible to the public at any time. We're also getting ready to implement a new accounting system across the city, as well as working on a way to do budgeting using performance-based budgeting techniques so that we can budget by project rather than by line item to better illustrate to council and to you, the citizens, how the money is being expended and why. I have a great team here, and I'm looking forward to making a real difference here in the City of Banning.
The Parks and Recreation Department, Director Ralph Wright, they're back in business after COVID. I'm really excited that we were able to announce Tuesday evening, and the council accepted a $655,000 outdoor recreation grant. What is absolutely amazing about this grant is that it's for programming. Unheard of in Parks and Recreation to receive programming grants. Usually you receive facility grants, infrastructure grants. What this will allow the City of Banning to do, and our Parks and Recreation staff, is implement programming that will provide leadership, mentorship, and field trips to the youth in our community. In Banning, that is critical that we have those types of services and experiences to offer our youth. Our youth basketball league grew to over 400 participants this year. We had 20,000 visitors to the aquatic center this past summer. Our senior center happiness campaign provided socialization and services to hundreds of seniors during COVID. 350 seniors served by the food pantry in 2021 and 2022. And if you've been by Lions Park recently, you'll notice some work going on there. After probably 2 decades, Commissioner Diaz, at least 2 decades, we are finally able to replace the lighting at Lions Park ball fields. So let's hear from Ralph Wright, our Parks and Recreation Director.
I'm Ralph Wright. I'm the Parks and Recreation Director here for the City of Banning. We have multiple divisions, including our aquatics, our senior center division, our recreation division. We cover special events and parks. We have a small but mighty staff here. I love working here for the City of Banning because it's a small town atmosphere, and when it comes out, it really does create community when we come out to our programs and events. I get to see 1,000 people each month in different programs, from little kids to the senior citizens enjoying our senior center. I wouldn't have it any other way.
So the Banning Police Department, led by Chief Hamner. I'm really proud of the work they do. It is amazing how many partnerships our police department has created in the past 4 years. I know the Chief's video will go through some of these. Our community behavioral health team, RAID, the Riverside Auto Theft Interdiction Detail, PACT, the Post-Release Accountability Compliance Team, GET, the Game Impact Team, GTF, the Gang Task Force. Recently, we were able to re-implement our SRO program with Banning Unified School District. And we're also able to detail a homeless liaison. So let's hear from Chief Hamner.
I'm Matthew Hamner, Chief of Police of the Banning Police Department. I'm so grateful and honored to be your chief and to serve you. I want you to know that everything we do is about making Banning safer, better, and a more pleasant place to live and a safe place for young people to grow up. I am a firm believer in community outreach. When we build a strong relationship of trust with the community and its members, then we are more productive and more effective in doing the things that you would like to have us do. We have officers on several task forces. RAID, which is handled by the California Highway Patrol to stop auto theft. We have an officer on the gang task force to help reduce gang violence and gang issues. We have an officer on gang impact team. We also have somebody on the PAC team, which handles probation and parole. We have solved 14 out of 15 murders. That's a 93% solvability rate. Nationwide, it's 49%. We are unmatched and unparalleled. We teach our officers to be compassionate and to look out for everyone in the city that we can. I'm very proud of my staff and the work that they do every day. What we do is let violent individuals know you cannot commit crime here and get away with it, which helps make Banning a safe place to live.
So our Public Works Department is working the plan. I am especially proud of the project that we completed earlier this year, the Hathaway-Ramsey project. This project, again, it was at least 2 decades in the making. Funding was difficult, but through Art Vella's leadership, we were able to pull that project together through a lot of hard work, support from the City Council, and we have a beautiful entrance now to the east side of Banning. We're especially proud of the fact that our Public Works Department, through the help of Grants Coordinator Jennifer Jackson and Blaze & Associates, has been able to secure nearly $12 million in grant funding. So let's hear from Art Vella.
My name is Art Vella, Director of Public Works. Our department, made up of 55 dedicated staff members, guide the operations of several divisions, including engineering, streets, building maintenance, airport, fleet, transit, solid waste, water, and wastewater. 2022 has been another exciting, challenging, and busy year for Public Works, testing the limits of our resources. We are proud to highlight several accomplishments, such as commencement of the design for the Sun Lakes Boulevard extension, street and beautification improvements to the intersection of Hathaway and Ramsey, kickoff of the project approval and environmental document for the Highland Springs Avenue interchange, participation in the Phase 1 construction for the restoration of the San Gregorio Flume. Public Works has also been successful and grateful for over $11 million in funding provided for several infrastructure projects, including, with assistance from Congressman Ruiz, $1.5 million in congressional earmarked community project funding for an equalization basin at the city's wastewater treatment plant. $5 million in ARPA funding from the County of Riverside. A big thank you to Supervisor Hewitt and his staff for their continued support. Lastly, I commend our staff for going above and beyond over the past year, all while remaining focused on our mission to continue progress on our key initiatives and priority projects. We take pride in our commitment in maintaining the city's infrastructure, implementing our management practices and policies, all while aiming at enhancing the quality of life for our citizens.
So the City Manager's Department, I want to focus on just a couple things. Obviously, one of our primary responsibilities is good governance. We strive every day to do that, and one of the critical pieces of that is communications and engagement with the community. We've recently launched a platform called Zen City. This might sound a little bit like Big Brother, but what Zen City does is it pulls communication that's happening on social media, not the individuals, so we don't know who it is, but it pulls the conversations so that we can see what the community is talking about, what issues are important to the community, and then we can direct our communication or focus our communication to respond, to react to that. Ideally, we'd like to be proactive in our communication. That's where civil space comes in. Civil space is a platform that allows us to put our projects online, allow for us to poll community members, to receive feedback and dialogue with community members on the projects and issues that we're dealing with on a daily basis. And of course, nothing beats face-to-face, in-person communication. We have town hall meetings. Mayor Wallace has been holding town hall meetings for a couple of years now, probably 3 years now, at Roosevelt Williams Park, the fourth Saturday of every month. Councilmember Manjarrez will start his town hall meetings at Dysart Park the fourth Saturday. So next Saturday, I believe that is. No, it's 2 Saturdays away. And oftentimes, these town hall meetings, we have speakers come, we have staff members, directors that can answer questions, and outside of council meetings, have a dialogue that just doesn't work in the council setting. So we're really excited about that. I encourage you to attend those town hall meetings. And then let's talk a little bit about some of our economic development efforts.
We started this project in April, and so now we're about 18 months in, and everything's gone well. Everybody's worked well with the city. When we first got the project, I had a call with Adam Rush, head of community development. He was fabulous, walked us through the process. Then Art Vila met us out on site to see what we needed to do, where all the utilities were and such. And then Doug Schultz, the city manager, very helpful. Anytime I have an issue, I can always call him. I get emails from Adam and Art at 11 o'clock at night, so those people are definitely working for us. And also, I'd like to have a shout out to Banning Electric, Tom Miller and Brandon Robinson. We've been working very close with them for over a year now. It's a big project. There's a lot of moving parts, but it's moving forward, and we're going to have power when we said we're going to have power. So thank you so much. So the building is actually 1 million square feet. It's 40-foot clear height. It's on 62 acres. Now that we have a prospective tenant, and we've been having discussions with the city on how to get them in the most the fastest manner. The city has worked well with us, have no complaints whatsoever. And you have been a fabulous partner. We're so happy. And as you know, we're looking at other sites here in the city of Banning.
So usually when a project comes into City Hall, we'll see poster board renditions of what it's going to look like. And I can tell you, over my nearly 35 years as a city manager, I've seen many projects come in on a big board. They look absolutely beautiful. And then the day comes when it's being built and you go, wait a minute, that's not what that looked like. But I can say with this project, if I held this photo that I took just a couple days ago up to the rendition that came in when this project was first brought to the city, you literally could not tell the difference. So in this case, Logistics Property delivered exactly what they said they were going to deliver. SoCal West Coast Electric and Consolidated Electric Distributors. They're very near completing their project on Lincoln and 8th. And one of the things that I really am impressed with this project is the opportunity to bring these businesses back to the city of Banning. They originally started in Banning, had to move to another community to expand, and were able to bring their businesses back. And these two businesses are going to generate a tremendous amount of sales tax dollars for the city of Banning. They're going to be great community partners. We're really excited to have them back in Banning. Estes Express Trucking. So you may, for those of you that were here in 2018, I think I was 4 days into the job, Mayor George Moyer at the time was talking about projects that were coming to the city of Banning. Well, Estes Trucking is one of those projects. So you can see from the time a project comes into the door to when it's actually built, it can take 4 or 5 years. So we hear people talking about, well, when's Banning going to grow? When's Banning going to grow? We're starting to see projects actually come out of the ground that started 4 or 5 years ago. The future for Banning is truly exciting. So let's hear a little bit more from one of our other business. I think this is Lawrence Equipment.
So we've been in business for about 40 years now. My grandmother and my grandfather started it. We manufacture bakery equipment, mainly flatbread equipment. So mainly tortillas is what we mainly build, tortilla machines. But our flour tortilla machines are capable of making any flat type of bread. Pita breads, pizza dough, stuff like that. And we have had great success here. We actually bought this facility, I want to say about 10 years ago. We bought it mainly as a satellite facility for our company because we were running out of room in South El Monte. Once we saw how much room we had here and a little bit more flexibility with the county and the city, that we are investing more here now than we are at our LA facility. This project right here, I think, was about a $2 to $3 million investment. Just more expansion for in-warehouse stuff for all our materials and all our machinery. Right now, we have about, I want to say about 120 employees. I don't want to bring people in from LA to work in Riverside County. I want to support the community in Banning. I want to hire people that live in Banning.
So we're also happy to welcome some of our retailers, including O'Reilly Auto Parts, Jitter's Coffee, and Cardenas Markets.
Hi, City of Banning. My name is Adam Salgado with Cardenas Markets, and we're so excited to finally be opening a store here in the City of Banning. Today, Wednesday, September 28th, we actually opened as a Cardenas Markets, and we are so excited to welcome you so you can get fresh produce, fantastic cuts of meat, including USDA Choice, freshly baked bolillos, and other pan dulce. We have a tortilleria with masa that's made out of nixtamal, and obviously the freshest produce and great prices. So, as our slogan says, always fresh, always authentic. We're glad to be in Banning. Thanks for welcoming us with open arms, and we're pleased that we can be here with you.
So let's take a quick peek forward. And I really hesitate to do this because, as I said, it takes 4 or 5 years for projects to come to fruition once they come through our door. But these are projects that are really exciting for the future of Banning. Some of them, as you can see, are under construction, and one soon to be under construction. The Microtel by Wyndham project on Ramsey Street. This will be basically across from Cardenas Market on Ramsey Street. This project has been approved, so it's entitled, and we should see construction starting hopefully early next year. In the middle, this is our new retailer in the Sun Lakes Village Shopping Center. 2 retailers, actually. The old Rite Aid space, for those of you that know Banning, is going to be occupied by 2 tenants, Boot Barn and PetSmart. And then 2 projects that are really exciting for the city of Banning is the Grandave movie studios and a new movie studio project that recently came to the city called Super Studios. These 2 projects could actually transform the entire community of Banning, bringing good jobs, bringing support, businesses. And one of the things I'm really excited about is bringing opportunities for our students at Banning High School to move from high school into quality jobs. Both of the developers have approached the city, and I believe the school district, about how to partner to create internship programs for high school students so they can actually, while they're in high school, be learning the film industry, be working in the film industry. These are the kind of community partners we love to welcome to the city of Banning. I have the undeniable privilege to serve as your city manager, and I don't take that privilege for granted. Nor do I take the responsibility lightly. I'm grateful for the fantastic management team that allows me to serve them and the amazing city staff who are truly 100% ready every day. Thank you.